Janet is a very interesting brawler. The community really loves her, but she has the lowest pick rate and also 6th worst win rate in the entire game. There is arguably no worse brawler in the game right now, so that's why I decided to master her at power level 1. The journey starts here, 129 trophies and 101 mastery points. The game mode I decided to play was Brawler on Goalkeeper's Dream. In my very first game I have started noticing some interesting interactions, but I still managed to get star player. The next few games also weren't that hard. I wasn't carrying, but enemies weren't the greatest, so I was building up my win streak. I was able to go through ranks very easily, and also mastery points were flying in, getting me to bronze 1 in about 30 minutes. During this push I also realized that star player sometimes makes no sense. Just look at that. Anyways, it didn't take me long to reach the first milestone, rank 15. From here I was still winning games, but I just couldn't get star players. Anyways, I hit bronze 2 at just 414 trophies, which is pretty bad. Considering you get 25 points at this range and I started from 100 mastery where you get even less points, this took me a lot of wins to get here. After seeing that, I realized I would be here all day with this tempo, so I needed to lock in. I have started flying through ranks and got to 1 game away from rank 20. It was against Edgar, Barry and Chester. He had a great start. Mortis wasted enemies ammo and my Frank got the ball and scored a very nice goal. After that it turned the other way. My Mortis started playing passive and my Frank died, leaving me alone on defense, which is not defendable. I then tried to damage my enemies, but that's an overstatement. We got pushed into our spawn again, but Mortis got a kill and Frank helped me on defense, so we had a chance to counterattack. My Frank got a clean double kill and only Edgar was left, who was clearly lost. That got me rank 20, which was the beginning of torture. My 1k damage was just not enough to compete with all the aggressive brawlers, and every game I was just hoping for a carry from my randoms. I hit bronze 3 before hitting 550 trophies and I lost this game. Then I got back to 1 away from rank 21 and lost again, and then lost another last game. In the end I got it, but it wasn't easy in any way. After that I was still playing and got to experience some other terrible interactions. Getting 2-shot by Mortis is probably the worst one, but I managed to climb up to rank 22 and it was the hardest 600 trophies I have ever pushed. Not being able to carry is just not playable with randoms. In the end I got silver 1 mastery, and not long after that I decided to stop playing for the day at 3107 mastery points and 625 trophies. Day 2 started off with a game mode switch to Hot Zone. The map was local businesses. It's a cheap rip-off version of Golarm Gulch but on Hot Zone, and surprisingly it went well. Even though I lost the first game, I went on a 3-game win streak which got me to rank 23. It's just much easier to get carried here, and if I have one teammate with me I can just slightly help him out. People playing Hot Zone are a lot of the time not real, and that also helped out. But not long after getting to rank 23, my teammates were significantly worse, so this is when I decided to go for a game mode switch to Duo Showdown. I expected Showdown to be easier, but not this much. It's mostly because of the fact that power cubes exist. This allowed me to actually fight with people at a bit more even level. Basically, 1 power cube is 1 power level, so if I had 10, I was just a power 11 giant with a bit more health. If the enemies had at least 1 cube, they were still slightly stronger, but it was actually possible to fight. I was winning game after game and got back to 650 trophies. Not long after that, to rank 24 with an 8-game win streak, silver 2 mastery at 728 caps, and after another win I was 1 game away from rank 25. I got a kit on my team which pairs really well with my Janet because of stun. We obviously didn't go to mid but went for the boxes on the outside. Then we picked up a free kill on this Edgar and started looking for more people until we found this Colt. Kit missed the stun and then all of the attacks, which nearly caused him to die. Then I got hit by 5 cold shots and just died, which was an interaction I didn't know about. My kid then ran away and got us in a pretty good spot. When the smoke was coming in, we had to move and I spotted this Leon, which was dumb enough to give me my super. It's really good in Showdown because I'm basically invincible for 6 seconds, which is a lot of time. Then Shelly cleaned up everyone and got me to top 2, which was enough for my rank 25. After that I played a few more games, but I just couldn't get consistent wins, so I stopped playing at 762 trophies and 4902 mastery points. I started off the next day with another game mode swap, this time to 5v5 knockout. This is probably the least skillful game mode in the history of this game. The main strategy is to have a broken brawler on your team like Mr. P, and your whole team is just supposed to die. Yeah, that's it. I have no idea why that is a thing, but I used it to my advantage. In this very skillful way, I managed to get to rank 26 without losing a single game, and rank 27 with just 1 loss. After that, my team just left, so I went back to Showdown and it went also really well. I quickly hit silver 3, and after that I was just brainlessly playing for hours. I was just kinda stuck around 860 trophies, but at one point I had a huge breakthrough and ended up being one game away from rank 28. I had a Barley on my team, which wasn't ideal. I went for 2 boxes at the start, but it took me a lot of time to break them. Then me and Barley got into this fight with Cord, but we got third partied. Barley killed the Cord, but we got split up and I was against a whole duo. I had no chance against them, but I luckily got the super and got away, but had a pretty unfortunate landing. After respawning, the same team from before was still holding us, but Barley got some nice hits and we pushed them away. My 1k damage had pretty much no impact on this encounter and Barley wiped this duo, giving us top 2. We were then instantly rushed by Barry, but he missed his super and folded not long after that. Now we were in a 2v1 against a Fang who had no idea what to do, giving us the win and 900 trophies. We don't talk about the stats. From this point I couldn't push higher and ended the day on 866 trophies and 8042 mastery points. On day 4 I didn't change the game mode, but the map swapped to the final 4. It started off great. In fact, I went on a 5-game win streak and was 1 game away from 900 trophies, but I got a horrendous Piper on my team, so we just lost. But I was able to win the next game and was 1 game away. But this time I had a Colt on my team, who was terrible as well, but I was able to clutch this crazy endgame. I swear her super is only useful in Showdown to stay alive. After that I hit 9k mastery points very fast, so I thought I would hit the cap. But after that it all just faded away. I was losing game after game and my trophies were disappearing in no time. The worst part is that I was just unlucky. Sometimes a Fang would just super me when I can't see him, sometimes my mates were just brain dead and I couldn't do anything about it. I dropped to 820 trophies really fast and was stuck here for a while. But on the good side, the games were now much easier and I got to gold 1 mastery. Not long after that I got into another tilt though, this time all the way to 760 trophies. So from here it couldn't get any worse. And it didn't. My mates were making some amazing plays like these and I was able to win a lot more games. It was honestly pretty fun, just playing at lower trophy range. People here are extremely questionable and I needed that to not feel bored. I ended this day on 13,217 mastery points and 810 trophies. Also, I couldn't look at my skin anymore, so I decided to buy Popstar Janet. And it's honestly one of the best 79 gems skin in the game. Anyways, now let's move on to day 5, which started off with a trophy reset. Not a big one, I only lost 11 trophies and was rewarded with insane 28 gleam. Also, I went with a game mode swap to gem grab. The map was Last Stop. This was a terrible decision. I was extremely useless the whole time and my team didn't help me at all. I was bullied in every game and after losing 2 games I decided to change the mode again, this time to knockout. Surprisingly, this turned out to be a really good swap. I was winning consistently and I managed to push above 800 trophies, and it's for a very simple reason. It's easy to carry here. From the start of the match it's pretty much a 2v3, but if we got a kill, then it was easily winnable. I played it as much as possible, but the map changed to this. Yeah, I don't know who came up with this map, but it's horrific. I have played it just to see and I can confirm it's terrible. I don't know why this game really likes these no skill things, but it's honestly bad. After 2 games I went back to duos and it was a lot easier. I was able to win a lot and after playing for hours I hit gold 2 mastery. I played a few more games to end the day on 804 trophies and 17,277 mastery points. I started off the next day by going back to gem grab again, this time on minecart madness. I know I said gem grab was bad, but this map has minecarts which can carry the game. Some people aren't smart enough to avoid them and the games were really easy because of that. I was able to push above 800 trophies with randoms, which was a good sign. I even was 1 game away from rank 27, but we lost pretty bad. Getting one shot by Piper and Angelo is very fun and Morty's not doing anything into this matchup is laughable. After that I went on a losing streak, but during it I had a crazy game. It was against Fang, Colt and Piper, but that's not important. It was going terribly. We were losing 9-0, but their Fang supered into a minecart. I couldn't get the gems and somehow got 2 taps from close range by the Piper. Then our Miko decided to deliver gems and they got a countdown. My Colette managed to reset it, but their Piper just picked up all the gems and ran away. After that my Miko did something useful and killed their Piper and got all the gems, just to jump straight on a minecart. Then I used my super and after landing got 3 hits, so I got it again. My team helped me reset the countdown, but we got team wiped again. Luckily my Miko had his hypercharged super and we got the team wipe, so we just had to run. I was tanking for Miko, but he still got hit and our Colette got the gems now. She somehow didn't have any gadgets left, so she just died, but I managed to finish off the Fang. That was enough for my Miko to make a play, and after getting the gems and supering out we managed to win this game. This was at just 800 trophies somehow. After that I started tilting, but I managed to get to 18k mastery. And after dropping to 767 trophies, I decided to go back to duos. After hours of playing, I got to 21k mastery, and that's when I had enough of it. So far I have spent 30 hours on this push. I wish I was joking. So I decided to take an easier route and I tilted my trophies. I ended up on 495 cups. And this time I just hopped on solo showdown and camped to farm mastery. I am aware it's not that interesting, but I needed a break from torturing myself and my teammates. And in no time I hit 22k mastery points, and not long after that I decided to stop playing for the day at 22,314 mastery points. I started off day 7 by tilting my trophies again. I know I wasn't even that high up, but I just wanted to not lose my mind. I dropped to exactly 500 trophies and decided to play free again. After playing the first few games, I knew it wasn't well thought out. It was against bots and I was already struggling. First game with real people I lost, but somehow had better stats than my mates. In the second game we got absolutely destroyed and I decided to go back to showdown again. Being at really low trophies, I wanted to try and go for a high win streak, and it was pretty easy. I got to 15, which maybe isn't that high, but it's insane for mastery. I got to 23k, 24k and one game away from mastering Janet. To not make the last game so boring, I decided to play knockout, and this is how it went. We were up against Piper, Larry and Buzz. Start of the game was pretty boring. Both teams just took one side and we were farming our supers. After a while this Buzz made this amazing play, but our Piper died for no reason. Luckily we got this Piper low and I got the kill, leaving Larry in a 1v2, but he wasn't able to clutch that. Second round was a bit different. Enemy team went for different lanes, but it didn't work. My Piper made a nice wall break and one of them was low, so I got the kill, but my Piper died again. Then their Buzz just started running into us and left Larry in a 1v2 again. Now it shouldn't be that hard to win, right? Well, my Lola just decided to 50-50 their Larry and lost this 1v1. And as a power 1 I am not winning this. Now in the last round my Piper went for a very good wall break and we got their Larry because of that. Then I used my super to keep the enemies low and my Lola got another kill, and obviously this Buzz couldn't clutch. So that was enough for gold 3 mastery. After collecting my resources I also unlocked mech from that, which was pretty nice. Anyways, now let's claim the title, and if you would like to see Master Frank before the rework, click this video to watch that.